What's up? This is Kong from xfaders.com, and I want to walk you through on how to install the mini InnoFader Plus in your Pioneer DDJ-SX3. Let's get it started. Now, the tools that you'll need to complete this job is simply a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. You can go ahead and start by unplugging the device from power as well as the USB port. Okay, when you open up the box, you'll be greeted with some stickers. You can set those to the side. Next up is the instruction manual. Definitely set that to the side close by so you'll be able to reference installing the Crossfader. Okay, next up is the brackets. You can set those to the side. You won't need any of them. And this is the cables that you need to connect your InnoFader to your DDJ-SX3. Okay, next up is the like spacers or washers and the fader caps. And of course here is the mini InnoFader Plus. Okay, you'll also see inside of the hardware screws as well as some deoxy lube. Now, start by removing all of the faders as well as the knobs on the controller. I used a trim removal tool, but you can just use your hands. It should come off fairly easy. Now, remove the 15 screws on the face of the mixer section. Once you have completed that, you should be able to lift the faceplate off. To remove the crossfader from the mixer, remove the two outer screws on the faceplate of the crossfader. On the bottom of the crossfader, you can gently pry out the cable connecting to it. Grab the InnoFader accessories and locate the big 3-pin adapter. Okay, these next instructions are very important. Insert the cable into the InnoFader and then connect it to your SX3. You also need to flip that switch to the down position for testing mode. This will let you know if the cable is hooked up correctly. Now again, please adjust it to be in a down position before turning on your SX3. Now, if the cable's hooked up incorrectly, the light will turn red. Simply flip it over and turn the device back on and it should be green. All right, once you get a green light, go ahead and move that switch up to the up position and you're done. Grab the crossfader so that the A+ section is facing you, right side up. I placed the instructions over here to the right so you can see the quadrants. So all the way to the left is A, in the middle is B, and all the way to the right is C. So when it comes down to programming the device, I plan on using the shortcut. So in the instructions it says start at B while holding the calibration button under the bottom. Start at B, move to C, and then move back to B and let go of the button. And once you have a program, go ahead and test it out for a moment. Now, if you're done with the demo, go ahead and grab the old Crossfader and remove the plate from it. So that will be the 2 inner screws. Make sure you take note to the orientation where the tabs are at the bottom. Now, what I've found is that the Crossfader actually sits up too high in the mixer. So what you'll have to do is use those washers that came with the pack. They are actually stickers on one side, so you have to remove the white paper from the outside of it. Now, for a quick tip, if you grab the screws, now you're going to need to grab the ones that are the longest, and they're the black ones inside of the packaging. But the way you can tell also is because it's a flathead screw. What you'll need to do is take those little washers and place them on with the sticker side up. So this will help you out when aligning the screw holes with the Crossfader. So all you have to do is take a couple and place them on the screw first. They'll stick to each other, and then when you take the screw and place it in the Crossfader, it'll stick to the Crossfader and stay aligned. Now in this here, I had started with 4, but I found out that 3 was more than enough. Also, you'll have issues trying to install the screw if you have 4. Now what I found to be helpful is if you start with the screw in the right hand side, the one on the left has a larger hole, so it'll allow you to adjust as needed. But if you start with the right side, it will line up perfectly, and all you have to do is add the other screw in with no issues. You don't have to tighten them down super tight, just make them snug, and just take your time. Okay, and once you have it back together, inspect your work, make sure everything is connected properly. I had to remove the cable, but it was easy to put it back in because I knew which orientation it needed to be in. But if you're not sure, just go back to the process of verifying that the cable is in correctly. Definitely take your time here. Make sure that the cables are in there and not being pinched or snug. It's worth taking that moment just to make sure everything's in there good. And when you're done, go ahead and grab the factory screws to secure the Crossfader to the SX3. And go ahead and place on your faceplate. Now it's time to go ahead and reassemble the SX3. So go ahead and place those screws back in their correct spot, all 15. They just have to be snugged in. You don't have to make them super tight. And now you can go ahead and start installing your knobs as well as faders. And that's pretty much it. You're all done. Now forgive me, I'm not a turntablist, but at least wanted to show you how well the Crossfader works in the mixer to give you an idea whether or not you may want it. Alright, well I hope this video was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on the website at www.xfaders.com.